Welcome. I am marketing expert and business coach Melissa Kellogg-Lewick, and this is the Doing Business Like a Woman podcast, where we are exploring and teaching you how women are reinventing the way business is done and money is made to help you create greater impact and financial freedom, one business at a time. Good morning. How are you? How's it going, ladies? I am so excited to be with you this morning. I have some really fun things that I want to chat with you about, talking today more and getting into the business of marketing and really some of the more strategic aspects of marketing. I know we've talked about grit and resilience a couple of weeks ago, and today we're going to really get into my 3 simple steps to creating consistent marketing that works for your business. So I'm really excited to get to chat with you today. We're going to talk about how to really bring new people into your universe and into your orbit, into your business, and just really keep that lifeblood of new connections, new folks getting exposed to you and your work, and why we do that. And I'm really excited about that. But before we start, I want to just introduce myself in case we don't know each other yet. My name is Melissa Kellogg-Lewick, and I'm a marketing coach for women entrepreneurs. I'm the founder of the Avanti Business Academy for Women, and I am helping thousands and thousands of women to achieve greater freedom through entrepreneurship. And I'm really passionate about that. And marketing and sales is a huge way that I do that. I myself have been an entrepreneur for over 20 years. I started my business, this current business, what I'm doing right now, I've been doing for over 20 years. So obviously I don't know if there was really live streaming them, but anyway, it doesn't look the same, but it is the same business. It's the same me, obviously 20 years wiser and with more experience, thankfully. So that's what's going on around here. And I love to bring you these mini masterclasses and just have an opportunity to pour into you and help you to improve your marketing and really make it more effective so that you can make more money, bring in more clients, spread your impact, do more work in the world. And that's what we're all about. So what I want to talk with you about today is one of the most favorite things that I teach, and the most favorite things that my clients love to learn from me, is all about simple marketing, and really the idea that all marketing works. That it's not you have to do the one magic strategy or use the one magic tool, or you have to be on social media, or you have to do this or that. The truth is, and I know this from working in marketing as a marketing expert for the last 20 years, that all marketing works. All the things work. So obviously they work better in certain instances than others. For example, 20 years ago when I started my business, and when I started, actually 25, probably, a long time ago, when I started my career in marketing, the predominant ways that we were marketing were AM radio ads and Yellow Pages ads, right? And excuse me. And those worked then to bring in the clients that we wanted to bring in. And that was the best thing for that. Those were some of the best tools for that time. And there are great tools now, but the fact is that all marketing works, and it works because of you and the energy you bring to it. You are bringing your personality, your message, and your way of coming through and connecting with people, your connection to the world. And that's what people connect to. They want to connect to you, right? If there was only one way to do marketing, or only one successful way, we'd all be doing it and we would all be totally successful, right? But that's not the case. So that's one of the most favorite things that people tell me that I teach, is that all marketing works. And so you get to choose which marketing vehicles you want and the tools that you want to use, the strategies that really feel great to you. However, you have some fundamentals that we need to follow in order to make those things successful, make that marketing successful. And the purpose of marketing, my friends, is to create sales opportunities. So if it's not for vanity, it's, whatever, it is for creating sales opportunities. So if the marketing activities you are doing are not creating sales opportunities, that's where we troubleshoot, right? And that is something that I do with my clients every day. And I would be happy to help you troubleshoot what might be missing in your marketing. So what we're going to talk about today, one of the fundamental pieces that your marketing has to have, I always say your marketing's got to have your marketing plan, and your marketing activities have to include three things. Number one is you always have to be bringing new people into your universe. And that's what I'm going to go deep in today. Number two, once you bring those people in, you've got to be nurturing those relationships and growing those relationships all the way through, and having lots of offers and invitations all the way through until those folks are ready to either work with you or they're referring you, but they understand what you do. They understand how you help, and they are feeling nurtured and cared for by you, right? So we always have to be bringing new people in. We're nurturing relationships. And then number three is making offers and invitations. And so anytime you're marketing, anytime you are talking to someone about talking or writing, communicating, however you communicate about what you do, and they show interest, you always need to be inviting them to the next step in the relationship with you. That doesn't mean buy my thing right now. It could mean, follow me on social media, or let's have a coffee chat, or, there's a lot of different ways, a lot of different offers and invitations that you can be making that shepherd them along on your client journey. You are responsible for having an understanding and knowing what your client journey is, so that you can lead people all along in the relationship. And when you do that, it creates a feeling of safety, like you are an expert, you know what you're talking about, you know what you're doing, you know what's going to serve them best all along the way in helping them get the result that you help your clients get, right? So if you are always letting them know what is the next step and inviting them into that, then that is going to create more sales opportunities for you, right? That's successful marketing. Successful marketing will create sales opportunities. So what we're going to talk about and dive deep into today is the number one step in this process. And it is about bringing new people into your orbit, into the universe of your business, your ecosystem, whatever you call it, right? Your audience, your list, whatever. But if this is an issue for you, this is how it shows up in your business, and how I often see, these are some of the issues I often see women having, that this keys me to, are they bringing enough new people into their universe? And so how this might show up, if it's a problem, you have lots of demand for your work among the people that are already in your world, in your audience. They're getting great results. They, buy everything you put out, but yet you're at a ceiling of growth in your business. Like you've reached a certain point and your revenue's not growing. You're not selling out your offers. Maybe you're trying to put together a group and it's not selling out, or you are just not hitting the numbers that you want to hit. Yet you are marketing, and you're marketing pretty well. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you're doing your marketing activities. You're pretty consistent. You've got a good sales process that you are confident, but you're still not selling as much as you want to be selling. So you're probably thinking, well, I just have to get better at marketing and sales. I have to be converting at a higher rate. So what I want you to know is that part of the issue might be there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with your sales. There's nothing wrong with your marketing. It just might be the fact that you need to be in front of more people, right? We just need to be bringing more people in. And when we do that, when we are bringing in a lot of new people, new life, new energy, new folks into your universe, into your business, it just is like fresh air. It's like oxygen, right? Your business has to have new people coming into it at all times. And so it's really, really because more people that are exposed to your work, the less perfect, quote unquote, I'm using my air quotes here, the less perfect you have to be in your marketing and sales, right? So I think of it almost like dating, right? Obviously, well, not obviously, but I haven't been dating in many, many decades, but my kids are. And I remember the dating days. Anyway, but think about it like dating, that if you are dating and you are going out on lots of first dates, like lots of dates, you're having fun, you're just in the energy of enjoying people and getting to know people, you don't really, you're not so devastated or so, put off and just decimated if someone doesn't call you back or doesn't text you at the appropriate, interval of days since you last saw one another, or if so and so hasn't called you and asked you out for a date or called you back or emailed you back or whatever, you're not really noticing as much if you've got a lot of new people coming into your world, right? But if you have to hang your hat on that one, that one date, that one chance, or that one client, that one consultation, then there's just so much pressure on you. There's pressure on that person, that potential client, that potential date, right? So when you have a lot of energy and impact, energy and activity in your business where you are meeting a lot of people, bringing new people in, having lots of great conversations, putting out, fun marketing, doing fun things like that, and you just have that energy, it just breathes life into your business, right? So we always want to be doing activities that are going to be bringing new people into our universe. And so when you have all of that happening, you don't have to be as perfect in your marketing, as, dialed in your sales process if you're casting that wider net. And so all businesses, no matter the stage, no matter the age, all of them are always, always, always bringing in new people, right? They're always, always, always creating awareness and interest in their work. And so this is the part of the process that the work is never done, right? The work is never done. And that's okay, because that's when you get to spread your message, when you get to impact new people, when you get to introduce new people to your concepts. And you get to see their face light up like, oh my gosh, I've never heard this before. And it's amazing, right? And so I want that for you. And so that's really the fun of this process of getting out and meeting new people, bringing new people in. So, what are some of my favorite ways to do this? So, I broke this down into 4 different categories for me, and what I have seen for many of my clients, and for, I work mainly with women that are in trust driven industries, in service businesses. I work lots with coaches and consultants and advisors and assistants and folks that their clients trust them and they work with them because they trust them. So we're always thinking about how are we creating trust? How are we creating, allowing people to get to know us, like us, and trust us? And so when I'm thinking about bringing new people in, I am looking through that lens. Okay. So some of my favorite ways that I have seen that work the best and that I use also. Number 1 is networking. You may or may not know, I'm the managing director of the Northern Colorado chapter of eWomen Network. And so I am part of an international organization, international community of women entrepreneurs. And so that, being part of that and being part of a network has been amazing for meeting new people and bringing new people into my universe. And so networking, whether you do it in person like we do, or we also have a lot of online opportunities. And so online networking can be great as well. So maybe you live in an area where there's not a lot of opportunity to network, or you have little kids at home, or I did a lot of online networking when and networking on social media and so forth when my kids were home. And so I didn't have a lot of opportunity to, go out to big events and things like that. And so you can do it online as well. So, but you always want to be thinking about being strategic and intentional with your networking. It's not just going out and meeting people. It's going into rooms and being in rooms where your best fit clients hang out, where they are, and then being intentional about making connections and sparking relationships, right? So we're going to talk about that in a little bit and how you do that. But that's really the whole purpose of bringing new people in, is you want to create interest, or, awareness and interest in what you're doing, right? So we're not selling anything at this point in the process. There's no thought of selling anything anywhere to anyone. It's just about creating awareness, getting to know people and them allowing them to get to know you. So I would also put in this category of networking LinkedIn. So shout out to my LinkedIn peeps. Hi. So LinkedIn is a great place to network online with other professionals. And so that's a great way to meet new people. Let's see. Okay. And then number 2 is doing things on social media that give you reach to new audiences. So there are obviously we all know 100 different things you can be doing on social media, right? You can be posting stories, you can do copy posts, you can do carousels, you can do reels, you can do lives, all these things. Well, there are a certain number of those things that the algorithm pushes out to new audiences. And if you have a professional or business account, especially on Facebook or Instagram, you can look at your metrics and you can see what is getting pushed out to new people. You can actually look at, there's like a pie chart or a bar chart or somewhere. When you look at your metrics, you can look at what is being pushed out, to how many people, what is the percentage of new people that are getting exposed to your work. So we do know that videos obviously are very popular, right? So videos, like if you're doing live videos or you're doing reels, those are going to get pushed out to new to you audiences. Things like stories are going to be seen by people in general that are in your audience, already in your world. So I would think of stories as kind of a nurture activity, right? It's a way for you to have a conversation with people that are already, your friends, your connections, people that are in your universe. But if we want to be reaching out to new people, think about going live, think about posting reels, things like that are going to get you reach to new people, and using hashtags that will help you get reach to new people. Okay. And then number 3, my third favorite, is getting in front of other people's audiences, right? So think about other folks that serve the same audience that you do, serve the same type of client that you do, and think about how can you collaborate with them so that you get in front of their audience and they maybe offer something that would be very valuable to your audience. And then you do things together, whether it's workshops. I just did a collaboration throughout the course of this year with 2 other experts, and it was amazing. And, their audience got to know me, my audience got to know them, and, the clients got served at a very, very high level. And, they got the content that we put together in the master classes that we put on would be content I would never be able to, on my own, by myself, be able to offer. And so it was highly valuable. So collaborations like that, you could collaborate on all kinds of, any sorts of client outreach activities. Podcast guesting. So if there are podcasts that serve the same audience, the same clients as you, ask if you can pitch them and ask to be a guest. And when you have that opportunity, you're getting in front of their audience, and you oftentimes will get to offer a freebie or offer a, free call with you, or whatever types of offers you have for people to get to know you. And then on that same vein is speaking, right? Speaking in front of groups in person or online. And so those are really great opportunities to get in front of other people's audiences and to serve them. And so you're looking obviously for groups that assemble that are made up of your best fit clients, of your people. And so how can you get in front of those folks? And then the fourth way that's really great to meet new people is and bring new people into your world is through hosting your own events, like a webinar, which would be an online, or an in-person workshop, or master classes like this, right? So why I love these is that they're a low barrier in terms of commitment by the folks attending, right? They don't have to, sign up for a long-term program. Maybe they just want to check out and see what you're about. They have interest, but it creates awareness. It gets your message out into the world, and it helps to create that interest and bring new people in. And it allows people to experience you and your work and your energy. What I am finding, what I'm seeing a lot in this modern buying environment is that people want to be in your presence, in your energy more often and more times in order to help them decide whether they want to work with you or not. So gone are the days of, sending out PDF freebies and, people wanting to sign up and be a client. Like that's not the way it works now. People want to have connection to you. They want to have relationship to you, especially in a trust-driven industry like many of my clients are working in. And so we respect that. And so we're just going to meet our clients where they're at and offer them as many opportunities to get to know us as they need, right? And so the whole point in this part of our marketing, in this step of our marketing plan, is to bring new people into our world. But the whole point is to be giving, come from a spirit and energy of giving and not getting, right? No one wants to be in a relationship, business or otherwise, with someone that just wants to get something from them. So if you're, doing networking or hosting a masterclass or guesting on a podcast, you're not going there to try to get something from anybody. You're going there to serve and to get to know people and allow people to get to know you. And that's the whole point of it, right? So you can leave, having the perfect elevator pitch or thinking you're going to sell something. Just leave that off the table and just go in with a spirit of curiosity and fun and wanting to get to know people and a desire to give and serve and help. And anything you do in this category of bringing new people into your universe will be really, really effective. Right? And so when you do that, what happens, right? What is the result of this part of the process? Is that you're going to grow your audience. And if you are a client of mine, I'm always going to encourage you to be building an email list, right? Because that is a list that you own, that you have. It's actually an asset, a saleable asset in your business. Not that you're going to ever sell it, but it is considered an asset, a business asset. So I always encourage you to be building an email list. And so the result of doing this work well is that you are growing that list. You're growing your audience, right? The other result is you don't have to be perfect at marketing and sales, right? It just makes it easier. If you have more people to connect with and to be communicating with, you have to be less perfect to bring in the same amount as having a very small audience. And then you just really having to work on being perfect in every little way in order to sell and create the revenue that you want. So It's kind of like that dating analogy, right? Also, your impact, your message spreads faster, spreads wider, it helps more people. And that's what most of us are in this for, right? And so that's it, it's really important to just consistently be getting yourself out into a wider and wider circle. And it just brings fresh air when you are bringing a lot of new people in. You have fresh air in your business. Your offers will sell out easier, right? Because you just have continually new interests, new people coming in, and more people to sell and market to, and more people that are going to be interested, and more people that are going to buy. So that's why this is so important. And if this is a struggle for you, if this is something you could use some professional help on, I am available for you. I provide private coaching, private teaching. And so if that's something that would be helpful to you, let's get on a call. Let's talk about it. I can help you strategize. My consultation is always for no charge. We can get together. I can really help you strategize, see what is going on currently, give you some ideas on how to tweak. And then if you want to do that work with me together, and I can spearhead that for you in your business, let's talk about that. I'm happy to do that as well. So my whole purpose here is I want to just see you succeed. I want to see you to create the business and the freedom for yourself and your family that you want, and to really be living in that calling that you have on your life and making that impact that you want to make on the world. So if I can serve you in that, I am all in for it. And I'm so glad that you are with me today. And thank you so much for being here. If I can help you hash out and plan how you are bringing new people into your universe, I would love to do that. And like I said, there's no charge for that. We just get together. We will talk about what's currently going on in your business, in your marketing. We'll do an evaluation of what's working, what's not working. And I will give you some great ideas on how you can improve all of that. And then if you want my help implementing, I'm always open to chat about that as well. So until then, I love you. I believe in you, and I will see you very soon. Hey, if you like this podcast, I want to invite you to become part of my community by signing up for my Friday Selly. The link is in the show notes. Each Friday, I'm going to deliver to your inbox my weekly celebration, as well as my thoughts on the latest in business and marketing. I want to keep you in the know about my upcoming events, free trainings, book clubs, all the fun things, even some free gifts. And of course, I'm going to let you know about these new podcast episodes. I'll see you there.